All right, go back to sports a little bit. Question number 3: rushing the court or the field. When is it going to be time to stop it?
Give me a little bit more.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
give
are
me
you
a-
upset because
Give me a hold on.
NC State
Hold
beat Duke?
hold
I know
up.
what he's talking about.
Well, I don't.
Well, I'm not
I
particularly
don't.
talking about that.
What are you
I'm
talking
talking
about?
about the whole thing. It's more in college than it is in professional. Like, basically, when a team beats somebody, they rush the court. Beat somebody important,
Okay,
they rush the court.
that's what you mean.
The same thing on college. College level, they rush the court. There have been instances of, oh, we beat somebody. We're going to take the goalpost down. Are you kidding me? You're going to wreck the field because y'all beat somebody. I mean, the NC State thing, it is what it is. I really derived it from not an article, but a kid who was in a wheelchair who videoed his trip from his wheelchair station to rush the court because he was a senior at NC State. And two or 3 years ago, they rushed the court, and he couldn't do it because he was in a wheelchair. And this time, he made sure that he was able to do that. But, more often than not, there are never any problems. But every once in a while, somebody gets stomped on. Somebody gets kicked in the face. The question is, for me, I understand the excitement. I have been part of those who have rushed the floor before, so I understand.
Why'd you do it?
Yeah.
Well,
why'd you
no,
do it?
I understand why.
Why'd you
He's
do it?
asking you, why did you do it?
Why I do it?
Yeah, why'd you do
The
it?
rush. It wasn't the safest thing to do.
Okay.
I mean, but the rush and the adrenaline. I know why. For first-hand experience, I know why it's great to do it. However, my question is it? Do we continue doing it, or how many people got to get hurt for it to happen? Different places do different things. Like when I rushed the court, it was mapped out and everything. So it was like, okay, y'all go here, don't run. You got to tell adults not to run, of course. But, every once in a while somebody gets hurt. Tony, you have any comments on that?
I think it's fun. I mean, yeah,
I agree with
after
you,
the
Tony.
game, yeah, man, that kind of takes away from the game.
It's
That's
a level of excitement.
yeah, just like imagine like a boxing match, and right afterwards,
His
who's
camp
won.
rushes
Yeah,
the
and
court.
everybody
Yeah.
standing there just watching. That's no fun.
Yeah.
That's
Hold on, first
that's the
of all,
part you deserve. That
I
getting
guess
that
what I'm
victory.
saying, I'm not saying that is neither bad nor good. I'm asking is it still necessary? Should it continue to happen? Or what would happen? When will it ever stop?
You're being a hypocrite, right?
I am.
Okay.
But I would never do that now. I'm almost 40. I would never rush the court now.
Yeah.
Too slow, too old. It ain't that part of my life no more. I mean, it is what it is. I call it like I said. Too slow, too old. Nah. I ain't got that.
But you're being a
kind of
hypocrite
thing.
because you don't want the next generation to do it. You don't want
I
them
didn't
to
say
take
I
place of
didn't.
something that was festive, done in good spirit, been done for years. Everything is done. If that's the case, why do you cut the nets down at a basketball game?
A college basketball game?
Yeah. Why do you take the nets down?
Well, they cut the nets down when they win a championship.
Okay, but suppose that's not your gym. Not every championship is held in your home gym, right?
It wasn't my home gym.
But that's not the point I'm getting at. Is a championship done in everybody's gym? Is the championship in your gym all the time? Okay, then. So why cut the nets down? Why are you disrespecting that team and cutting the nets down?
Well, you don't cut the nets down unless you win a championship.
Okay,
you don't
but
cut
you're
the
not
nets
hearing
down.
what I'm asking.
No, you don't cut the nets down if you beat the number one team in the country.
But you're the visitor, right? And you're the visiting team. You cut the nets down at the home team's court. Why did you do it? But isn't that the tradition? Cut the nets down?
No.
Yes, it is.
No,
When you win the championship game, you cut the net, right?
Yeah, but it's not necessarily at somebody else's house or whatever. It's whatever the tournament's at. That's where it is. It's not a necessity. Oh, I came to. In some smaller conferences, it's that way because it's a money thing. They don't have the money to do such. But in bigger conferences, like in the ACC, when in Greensboro, they're in the Greensboro Coliseum.
K-Dub is listening still. Thanks, brother, for staying with us. He just hit us on the fan page. Rushing the court won't stop as long as you got young kids that have not experienced it before.
Thank you.
I think what Big Rube is alluding to is when will it stop? I don't think it's going. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't have an opinion on this one. I usually have an opinion on most stuff. I don't really care about this. It's like You know, I went to a college. I seen, people rushing the floor. It's not always behind a championship. Sometimes it's against a big, a rival. Virginia State, for one, is a big rival. We used to beat them. They used to beat us. I mean, so whenever.
I don't remember them beating them.
Well, I mean, we would go back and forth with them, at least during my tenure there at Virginia Union University, home of the Panthers. We would play them and, be a hotly contested place. Like we play them the Freedom Classic called, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that what we call the Freedom Classic? The Martin Luther King Day, that we would play at the next Monday, that we play at the Richmond Coliseum every single year. It's neutral territory. So whenever somebody wins, you're usually going to see some people on that floor. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. I don't really care. A couple of things real quick. I want to go backwards a little bit, and we can come back to this. I just want to get everybody's comment, and we got Hakeem hitting us up on the fan page, who is going back to the hip hop thing. First thing he's got is like when we were younger and the older folks weren't feeling our music. They said our music was garbage, unintelligent. Now we're the older folks, and we aren't feeling what the younger generation are feeling. Very valid point. He continues, years ago, Suge Knight said they control the whole process. He said the cats who have money like him and Puffy need to pool their money and control the process. It didn't happen, so our kids have to pay because they didn't want to be responsible. Now, while I understand that concept, I mean, I don't remember that comment, but I don't remember that comment, but just knowing the two of them guys, and of course it had never happened. But see, the thing is, culturally, people just too damn selfish to do that. Ain't nobody gonna come together and put money together for the betterment of them and everybody around them. They should. Everybody thinks that people should be benevolent, but real talk, is it really gonna happen? Especially in a huge moneymaker, you more likely to find people pooling their resources to make a little bit of money than you would people pooling their resources and making a lot of money together.
Not in this capitalist country.
I'm just saying, when's the last time you seen two people come together and make a ton of money? No, you're more likely to find a couple of people who make enough to get along. I mean, that's just how it is, because people with a lot of money greedy as hell.
Yep.
We just saw that in the last election cycle. People just with money, and these same people, and I don't want to change the subject, but them same people didn't want to have people with a lot of money to pay more taxes. And they gave you every single reason and excuse they can come up with why that shouldn't be. So, I mean, again, it just is what it is. But as far as the answer the question on the table right now, as far as rushing the court, I don't really care. If that's what y'all want to do, you want to be 19 and 20 and your team just won a big game and you want to jump on the floor and celebrate, then hey, I don't got no problem with that. Now, I also know that there are some liability issues. Somebody, it's kind of like when they rushed Walmart on the Friday after Thanksgiving when people got trampled. All it takes is that one person to trip and fall, and then somebody trip and fall over top of them and on top of them, and next thing you know, you got a bad situation. It's very, very possible. So it is what it is. Ain't no half step with Marcus J. Call us up. We got a lot of love on the fan page on Facebook. We got some love on the MixLR fan page, but call us up by phone if you want to be down with us on the air. 804-447-0601, 804-447-0601. You're listening to Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J on globalscaleradio.net and on MixLR, highest rated show on globalscaleradio.net. Big Rope.
All right, this is a multi-part question, so I need y'all to pay attention a little bit. I never thought I would ever ask a question like this on the show because I don't really follow it, but last night, while I was at the gym working out, I was watching TV and the Golden Globes were on. Not that I could hear it. I could just kind of see what was going on and stuff like that. When I got home, I did some investigation. Well, I don't know how many are aware of Jodie Foster's speech last night when she received an award for her career, basically. And basically, during her speech, she quote unquote came out that and just told, she told the world that she was a lesbian. Now, really? Yeah,
she basically did come out.
Yeah, but basically, here's the funny part about that. As Banks was a little shocked on that, she pretty much said she came out to the people who need to know 20 years ago. So during that time, she also asked for privacy. Really, real talk, why y'all need to be all up in our business? And it's funny because I almost had the same shock that Banks had. I didn't really think one way or another but I didn't know. I mean, it wasn't a shock. It was a shock, but it wasn't a shock. You know,
She did Silence of the Lambs,
She's
right?
yeah, she'd been in like stuff for like 20 years, 20, 30 years.
She did that rape
She
movie
even
too.
said in her speech that I've been in the public eye my whole life. Is
Yeah.
she like 50?
Well, she was in. She was in Taxi
She
Driver.
was in
when
Taxi
15.
Driver. Yeah, she was in
she's
Taxi
been
Driver.
acting a very
Or
long
13 or
time.
something. I mean, she's been doing this since before we were thought about, and she's been doing it for a long time, for 30 plus years. So
What's that movie she did that went to Mars?
With who?
When she went to Mars. It was some sci-fi movie.
Was it Ghost of Mars? Was it the one with Ice Cube?
Was she in that?
I don't know. I'm trying to help you
I
out.
don't remember her
but
being in a movie with Ice Cube.
I'm
that's
trying.
for
I'm
sure.
trying to help you, but I have no idea. So,
But my question, I guess, to you is, her coming out, her asking for privacy, you know, because basically they regular people just like everybody else. Is that message going to fall on deaf ears? And I'm going to go to Tony first because Tony seems like she is the most interested in this question.
First of all, I do not care if you're homosexual, bisexual, hetero. It doesn't matter.
Animal.
It's none of my business who you'd like to sleep with. Second of all, I mean, it has no effect on your. I mean, I like actors and singers based on their abilities,
Mhm.
based on their talents. Jodie Foster is a wonderful director. She's a wonderful actress.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who she likes to go out on dates with. I really don't. And second, I'm not surprised by that. Who didn't know that? I mean, it's
I didn't.
same
I'm
thing
not-
with Rosie O'Donnell. Like, who was?
Well, no,
was everybody
see,
really
no.
surprised
Well,
about
everybody
that?
knew about Rosie.
First of
O'Donnell.
all,
Same thing with Jodie Foster.
no. Certain females and certain men had characteristics that go ahead and outright make you say, "Oh yeah, blah 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 is homosexual." If you had told me Doogie Howser was gay,
Neil Patrick Harris.
yeah, Neil Patrick Harris. If you had told me when he was Doogie Howser that he was gay, I'd have been like, "Dude, you crazy."
yeah, but he
Ain't
was
no way.
12.
Yeah, but see, hey, I'll be honest with you, Marcus. When I was in high school, I could see some kids that were already like that, and they were in middle school.
But Doogie Howser was just. I think women are more in tune with the with especially with men, with homosexual men, with their when they're more effeminate. But I mean, he was questionable. But even still, who cares? I mean, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I mean, look at all these people who are straight, who are just doing crazy stuff. Just what's the girl's name? The one who's always in jail and rehab.
Lindsay
Lindsay
Lohan.
Lohan, who just played Elizabeth
Wow,
Taylor.
that's
and
funny that we just said that at the same time. Jinx.
yeah, I mean, it really
Here's my thing.
the sexuality piece is like the last thing on the list. Nobody
We
really
needed
cares.
you last week.
Well, here's my thing on that. I mean, I just, again, I'm on record as saying that, people gonna do what they gonna do, and we want to regulate stuff that don't need to be regulated. Anybody could go buy a gun that shoots 1 million bullets in a half a second, but I want to regulate what a woman does with her uterus, and I want to regulate who can marry who. I mean, it's just crazy to me, the hypocrisy that we have in this country. And that's the one thing. And the other thing is, you got all of these people walking around voyeuristic. Like, who cares about famous people beyond them acting in whatever freaking movie you watching? Really? Like the whole starstruck thing. Like, I fight with someone that's close to me who I won't call out, but I fight with this person all the time. Like, when they see somebody that's famous, it's like, oh my God, it's like, look at, so I don't care about them people. Them people don't care about me, for real. I mean, okay, Jodie Foster came out on the Golden Globes. It's all over the news. Like when Kanye and what's the girl's name? Kim Kardashian came out last week talking about they having a baby. Like, so what?
I feel bad.
I mean, but the point is, so what?
Yes.
Why does the world why are we so voyeuristic? Like, when the queen, or what's the girl's name, Kate Middleton, when she was pregnant, like they,
Yes.
there was like a scroll on the bottom of the soaps that Kate was pregnant. Like, really? I mean, that's just the culture that we live in. And unfortunately, with, Facebook and Twitter and social media, it literally is not going to get better. If anything, it's going to get worse. I'm curious to know how we're going to be communicating 10 years from now, because I sure as hell didn't see Facebook and Twitter 10 years ago. But, I mean, it's just bad. And, I wish her well. I hope people leave her alone. I don't know if they will. I just hope they do.
Man, I didn't realize she had 2 kids, too.
And DMX Factor is hitting us on the Facebook page. She's saying that the movie we're talking about is Contact. That's the movie that we're missing.
Banks, you got anything to say about it?
Oh no, I was glad the girl could remember it for me. That's all.
I met Jodie Foster.
I mean, Jody do her thing. Hey, Jody, do your thing. I could say some crass type statements, but I ain't gonna do that right about now because we a family friendly show.
We don't want crass.
All right. Now, last question. This is a two-parter. I'll ask the first question first, then I'll finish up with the second question. When does love for your pet overshadow your love for people?
You know what? I gotta go.
You know what? I'm with you though, man. I do. I'm with you. Go ahead and finish, man. Finish the setup.
That's the first question. I need that answered first.
All right. Well, here's the deal. I'm telling you, you see people that are more into they freaking animals than they are people. Like real talk. Like I mean, you had people crucifying Michael Vick. Like seriously, they wanted to crucify this man because of the dog fight. And don't get me wrong. I don't support what he did. I think what he did was wrong. But at the end of the day, it was animals. And you got people who want to crucify Trayvon Martin, who's dead. Okay? Somebody killed him. And they wanted to make him out to be a bad person. Oh, well, he smoked weed 2 months ago at school. He got put out. Like, really? I mean, people more into their animals than they are people. And you really need to get a grip, people. Seriously. It's a freaking animal.
It's part of the family.
Whatever. I mean, I'm going to tell you something, man. Me and Mrs. J used to trip off of this, man. We used to look in the newspaper on Sundays where they would have people with their wedding photos, and you see these crazy-ass people with the freaking dog in the picture. Seriously?
Hey, man.
Seriously, yo?
Hey, man.
You in the picture. The wedding photo with the dog. No, don't be silly, man. I'm serious. You ain't going to do it with a fish. Seriously. You going to be in the wedding photo.
And just put him in the toilet.
All right, enough of the jokes. I'm being serious. You going to be in a freaking wedding photo with a dog?
Hey, man,
come on,
part
man.
Of the family, man.
Come on, man. That's dumb.
Hey,
that's dumb, yo.
You ass.
No. Don't even give me the fish thing. I'm trying to be serious here.
I'm
Big
being serious too.
You're not being serious. You're gonna ask me about a fish.
Dude.
Big Rube, move on, because
Tony?
I can't talk to him right
Tony?
now. He likes to see me get fired up. He's over here laughing at me right now. But this, I'm serious, yo.
I've had pets, specifically dogs. I'm not a cat person, but. I mean, I don't agree. Like, I know people who, you know, their dogs have more gifts under the tree than anybody else does. Or, you know, if your dog, where I draw the line, this is where I draw the line. I heard a commercial for a local service here that they teach you how to prepare meals for your dog. Yes, it's a service that they will. Oh, no. They just like I can't remember. There's a local service here that it's kind of like they'll prepare your meals for you. You can pick it up.
Meals on Wheels.
Not Meals on Wheels.
I'm just
not for dogs.
No, this is like a gourmet cuisine type thing.
Okay.
Say you don't want to cook for you don't want to cook dinner.
You don't want to cook for your dog.
But somebody has one for dogs. Like they'll teach you to prepare actual like fresh food for your dogs.
Okay.
Wow.
That's kind of where I draw the line. That and your dog like goes to the dentist where your teeth are wrecked. That's you have to maintain your priorities.
Then you got people with the freaking dog running loose in the neighborhood, and then you say something to them and they got attitude. Like, I'm a human being, and I don't freaking like dogs. So why do I need to be subjected to your dog? I don't like your dog. I'm really not liking you right now.
You and Ruben been in the same.
I'm just saying though, man, because I mean, I'm not trying to be personally disrespectful because I'm speaking on actions. I'm not speaking on people. I'm speaking on those people's actions. Put your dog on a leash. I don't mean one of those electrical fences that I can't see, because if I'm walking down the street and the dog runs up to the property line, I'm gonna have a freaking heart attack. Okay? Officially, I'm gonna die, and it's gonna be because your dog scared the hell out of me. Okay?
I got to go.
And then your dog come and defecates in my yard. Your dog wants to run up to my daughter, give her a heart attack. She's 9. I mean, really, I'm serious. Y'all laughing, man, but this is real to me, for real.
That's not exactly the way I made the question, but
I mean,
I didn't realize
hey, man,
I'm sweating right now because, I mean, this is real to me, yo, for real. I mean,
I feel you.
I mean, because
But
it's right up there with smokers, yo. It's disrespectful. Just because you like something don't mean the rest of us is into it. Like, don't smoke in front of the door I got to walk in. Just because you outside, that don't count. That's cheating.
Save for the rant, brother. Save for the rant. Save for the rant.
You know, I ain't been fired up like this in a long time, y'all.
I was playing poker this weekend, right? And the dude said his mother's cat died. Okay, fine. Well, the mom wants to get the cat cremated. So now he's trying to find.
Hold that thought. That actually leads into my second question.
Okay. All right, hold that thought. Big rope.
What is the best way to, quote unquote, put down your pet?
No funeral, just a hole.
I mean, is it better? The reason why I say is because I had a coworker who lost their family pet this week, and
A hole.
he didn't know really what to do because
Tell him to call me.
Well,
804-447-0601.
Is it
but
a
I mean,
fish?
no, it was
Is
a dog. It was a little
'cause
dog.
You know what to do with a fish.
It was a 4-year-old dog and
Can he
family
fit-
dog.
Can he fit in the
And-
sneaker box?
And they didn't know whether to just have the dog like continue to fight, just give him meds or whatever, or to put him to sleep, or to take him out back and put him to sleep, or whatever. So I mean, that's.
I'll take this one first. Now, I was clowning. No, I was serious what I was saying, but I was clowning. As far as how you deal with,
because they have kids.
how you deal with end of life, I would say for the family pet, you deal with end of life for the family pet the way you would deal with end of life for a family member, a human being. Because I acknowledge that your pet is ain't part of my family. I don't like your dog, but I understand that the family pet is part of your family, and he should be, or she, the animal should be treated with the respect that you as the individual determines that that the pet should be treated with. So if that means you want to spend money to continue treatment, I know someone personally who went through this with an animal. I know someone who has lost an animal recently, and it was sad. Like I said, I'm clowning tonight, but I am serious. You should treat that the way you deem fit. And there's no magic pill for it. If you want to give them, treatment to keep them comfortable, or if you want to go ahead and put them down, I mean, whatever it is you feel like you need to do to keep your animal comfortable. Because believe it or not, they feel pain, they're uncomfortable, they have emotions, they go through all of that stuff.
They get chemotherapy.
They can go
drugs.
through chemo, they can get the drugs. I hope they feel the kind of emotion that I be feeling. They roll up on me in my yard. I hope the emotion they feeling is, let me get the hell off this dude's yard before he field goals me into the other person's yard. But, I mean, it is what it is, Big Ro. Ain't no how Steppin' Marcus J. We're going to leave it there. We're going to take our final break of the night. The crew is in here clowning because they not used to me being this silly and animated in the second hour. Carlton Banks literally is coughing up along. Marcus J and I half step. We come back, we got our rants and we got our closings. Be back in a minute.
Yo, what's good, my peeps? It's that boy T Hunt, that Jersey representative holding it down in Delaware. Chilling with my man Marcus J and the crew on Ain't No Half Steppin'. Covering every and any relevant topic on globalscaleradio.net every Monday from 7 to 9 p.m. Tune in and holler at your man. Yay, yay.